If you don't know who Fresh and Fit are, honestly, I envy you. Not because you missed anything important, but because you missed some of the funniest unintentional comedy the internet has produced in the last 5 years. Fresh and Fit started as a podcast about money and relationships, and somehow through hard work, consistency, and pure delusion, they turned it into a masterclass on how to yell at women, embarrass yourself publicly, and never emotionally recover from one YouTuber named Abba. Because here's the thing, if these two had just stuck to their talking points, not taken every disagreement personally, and maybe, just maybe, not crashed out on stream repeatedly, again, they probably would have had one of the biggest podcasts in America right now. Instead, they became a long-running case study in hypocrisy and ego. And what happens when masculinity is just insecurity with a microphone. And the funniest part, they didn't even lose to critics. They lost to their own behavior, carefully documented, episode by episode, by Abba and Preach nonetheless. So if you don't want to sit through the hours of content, copyright strikes, fairy yachts, sugar babies, and white hood cosplay, don't worry, I took the acid and did the trip for you. So grab a drink, leave a like, and a subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subs by April, and I'd really enjoy it if you guys would join on this journey with me. Now, let's talk about Fresh and Fit and their incredible talent for never improving. Before Fresh and Fit were professional crash out artists, Myron Gaines was a federal agent. Walter Weeks worked at Wix. Already that's an insane character backstory. They start a podcast to talk about financial literacy, self-improvement, making money as a man, and immediately realize that nobody is here for spreadsheets. So they pivot. They bring women onto the show, and instead of having discussions, Myron starts calling them 304s. He starts yelling, cutting them off, and kicking them out mid-episode. And somehow convincing himself that throwing women out of your apartment equals masculinity. Now at some point, Myron has to make a decision. Stay a federal agent, which has a stable income, is helping people, and is an actual benefit to society. Or teach men how to make women emotionally submit and prepare sandwiches. I know, it's a tough call, right? But Myron ultimately chose the podcast. And in all seriousness, that decision wasn't just good for him. It was phenomenal for YouTube, because Myron immediately became a walking clip farm, a reaction channel stimulus package, and unpaid entertainment for half the platform. Fresh and Fit blew up fast, but here's the thing, their content never evolved. Same talking points, same yelling, same arguments, same high-value man monologues. The only thing that ever changed was who they were mad at that week. And eventually, that brought Abba into the picture. When Abba first appeared on the Fresh and Fit podcast, there was no beef. Myron thought, that's it, we're cool now. Which is an okay thing to say, but apparently, if you enter Myron's apartment, you owe him loyalty forever. And by the way, that quote-unquote house Myron keeps talking about, yeah, it's an apartment. Which explains why he thinks ferries are yachts, and charging $4,000 for one ticket to get into a party is a reasonable thing to do. Anyway, about a month after the podcast, someone asked Abba to talk about the Fresh and Fit podcast episode that he was on. So Abba does what Abba does. He talks about it. Specifically, their obsession with not paying for women. Fresh and Fit argue that high-value men don't pay. That you need burning desire. Otherwise, you don't own her soul. Which, in all reality, you need to relax. And anyone who knows anything about celebrities knows that they do pay. Because escorts don't baby trap you, don't accuse you years later, and they don't bring drama. I mean, you got Drake, you have Adam Levine, and you have Aziz Ansari. If you pay to avoid headaches. And what makes it even funnier is that years later, after Walter gets baby trapped, Fresh and Fit quietly admit, yeah, maybe we should have paid.
She even said it in the text, you were fucking other girls, nigga, duh.
Yeah.
So when they say, oh, Fresh, your girl does not, no. I was smashing the hoe, it was fun, and I just ended it. She got mad, made a phone call.
The apartment thing was what pissed her off.
Yeah, I'm pregnant, cool.
She thought she was like
she thought she looked up.
running game.
But she don't, but she don't know how to
And here's the other thing too, because a lot of people were saying like Fresh was paying for all this shit. In my head, I'm like, okay, if he was paying her for she wouldn't have done all this shit.
Thank you, bro.
Like, she wouldn't have done all that. Like, the fact that he didn't pay is why she was so angry.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Looking back now, I kind of wish I paid because it'd be way easier. No, it'd be funny here because
prostitutes sound very appealing when I think about this kind of environment.
I got friends.
This is why niggas pay, bro.
Yeah. I got friends, bro. You know some of them. Somebody be on this podcast. Celebrities.
Well, Bebe Kevo pay. You know.
Kevo pays.
Hey, he's opening.
Guess what? He don't do none of that bullshit.
Yeah.
He pays them and then they leave. I, on the other hand, I'm just chilling, vibing, having a good time. They're like, oh, this guy's my dream guy. I'm gonna wipe him up. No, you're not. But to their eyes, like, it's possible. The issue is, if I just paid, you just go away. You know what?
But back then, they were furious. Myron crashes out on camera screaming,
"We are better than you niggas, period."
Walter tries to flex on Free Box with a stutter so aggressive it needs subtitles. And Myron? He insults Abba's hairline of all things, which is bold, because Myron's forehead had pushed his hairline so far back that it qualifies for zoning permits. But the real line that crossed everything was when Myron brought Preach's wife into the picture.
This nigga Preach is married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere, and y'all niggas talking shit. And
how old these niggas are? 40 years old? Yo, old ass niggas too, bro. Like, bruh.
That's when Preach lost it and dropped one of the hardest lines in YouTube history.
Stop.
Yo, we're not.
And later on in the video, you're saying that you want to box with me. Sort of happened that I'm going to be in the US next week. You want to fucking do this shit? Let's go. Both of you. I'll be in the US next fucking week.
Hold up.
Let's go. We'll put gloves on. Because not only this, that's why I have a problem. Now you talk shit about my wife and you talk shit about my country. Old bitch said that he was about to send me on a boat to my country, to Haiti. Yeah? Cool. Next week, I'll be in the States. I'll drop by your fucking studios. You know where it is? Give me the address. I'll be right there. Don't come unprepared. We'll do it. You want to do this? Let's go. We'll put gloves on. It'll be illegal. I know Florida laws. I take one bitch, then I take the other one. Let's go.
At that moment, Fresh and Fit realized this wasn't an easy win. And suddenly, no more fighting, no more tough talk, just silence. But the damage already done. Because from that point forward, Abba lived rent-free in Myron's head. After the Abba video dropped, Myron did what emotionally stable men do. He never shut up about it again. Every stream, every rant, every "we're bigger than them" flex. Meanwhile, Abba, completely unbothered, just calmly pointing out contradictions, hypocrisy, and the fact that Fresh and Fit's lifestyle does not match their ideology. And this is where things start getting embarrassing. Because it turns out, Fresh and Fit were finding women the exact same way they said low-value men do. Sugar baby sites.
Today's topic, how do I start this?
What's this? Why? Why the hesitation?
Twin sisters.
Okay, thank you.
And before anybody gets upset, be like, oh, you guys really wanted us to give them like a courtesy. That's the least we could have done before we do a video shitting on them. So I messaged Walter and I let him know, I'm like, hey man, just wanted to give you a courtesy heads up that we're going to cover you simping for a sugar baby. So I did let him know before we did a video on him.
Okay, I don't know why I just got this random link. Miami, Florida. Let's look through. Wait a second. Wait a second. 22, still in college. Ooh.
Now listen, if you want to pay for women, that's fine. No one really cares. But you can't call women 304s, scream about burning desire, and then log into Seeking like it's LinkedIn Premium for pussy. That's crazy. And Walter? Walter lacks self-awareness at a medical level. He brings his sugar baby girlfriend onto the podcast, claims she's not there for clout, and claims that she's not there for money.
You said that she was very different from every girl you meet in Miami when I've heard you speak about every girl in Miami before. You generalize.
Now, that being said, when I met her, I saw she hadn't been tainted yet. She hadn't been like in certain circles where like, you know what? Damn, she's gone through the streets.
Even though she had already been on the podcast before, talking about jumping from man to man, and openly saying she wasn't looking for a relationship.
We're talking about the savagery of women nowadays.
Yeah.
Last week you were with this dude. This week you're with this dude. I see everything. I'm not gonna say no names, but I will say she's here.
Oh.
And she's beside fresh.
Then academics asked her, "Are you here for a high value man?" And Walter jumps in saying, "Nah, bro. Women only want me for my game."
I actually have game, bro, right? That being said, hold on. That being said, right, bro?
Not game.
Your experience, right, with girls is tainted because you want to see it for clout.
Oh.
That's what either bro wants this from me.
Bro, you don't need game on sugar baby sites. You need a credit limit. And it shows. Because in Walter's own dating content, he's constantly buying cars, spoiling women, flexing spending. Which means, let's just be honest, you paid. She didn't walk the street, but the transaction still happened. Then Spencer Cornelia enters the chat. Spencer looks into her socials and finds out she's getting cash apped by multiple men without even sleeping with them. So in her eyes, Walter wasn't special. He was just another guy spending money.
Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass P word. Make that pullout game weak. Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P word. Bring a.
And then comes the live stream. Walter finally admits they met on Seeking, but tries to spin it like they exchanged Instagrams and months later reconnected on a yacht.
Like beginning to end,
so
how we met, the honest truth, no cap.
With no cap, we met on Seeking.
Yeah, so we met on there. We definitely spoke, and then I got Instagram, and that was it for like a couple months.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk for like a minute.
We didn't talk for like months because I didn't really want to meet people for a while. I was kind of taking a break because I had an interesting like living situation at the time. Mm-hmm. So I was not meeting people.
Bro, that's the longest cope sentence I've ever heard. And then the body count. Walter looks this woman dead in the eyes and says his count is over 1,000.
To be honest.
So my honest to God truth body count, bro, no cap. You ready for it? It's over 1,000. I'm dead ass serious. I remember I told you, right? I told you about in Barbados when. So basically, guys, I'm gonna break it down for you, right? So doing live right now. So in Barbados, right? I can tell you before. There's a whole culture of women coming from UK, coming from like, you know, Italy.
She laughs, not impressed, not turned on, laughs. But earlier in the same stream, she dodged him kissing her. Asked, "Do I know you?" Looked visibly uncomfortable sitting next to him.
Dude, she doesn't want clout, bro. Honestly, she didn't want to do this live stream. She's doing this for me, so I appreciate her for that.
Do I know you?
Do I know you?
That wasn't flirting. That was fight or flight. Walter making a move? Peak delusion. After all this coverage, Myron does not respond with arguments. He responds with copyright strikes. Over 20 of them. Against Abba and Preach alone.
Fresh and Fit decided to hit us with dozens of copyright claims. We saw this was probably going to end up coming, and honestly, not upset about it at all. They apologized to us for some of the comments that they made in regards to Preach's significant other. And then afterwards, recently, they decided to copyright claim the video that we did in response to their apology. So imagine being like, yo, you know, we fucked up, we take accountability, we're sorry. Okay. Yeah. We're like, oh, this is how we feel about your apology. Copyright claim.
That's crazy because fair use isn't complicated. If you're reacting, criticizing, and transforming content, that's protected. So ABBA appeals, and YouTube steps in, and YouTube tells Myron's lawyers, if this goes further and is ruled fair use, your channel's gone. Gone. Deleted. Vanished. So Myron backs off. And all you can do is sit back and laugh. Because this man preaches accountability, but the second he's criticized, he runs to copyright law like his family court after a hit and run. And that's when you realize, ABBA didn't just win the argument, he won mental real estate. Fresh and Fit eventually lose YouTube partnership. They go live to explain it, and Myron gives the cringiest speech imaginable. He says he doesn't miss being a Fed. Saving fans is more important than saving children. Men DM him saying they made their girlfriends make sandwiches because of him. And then starts tearing up. Walter, completely emotionless, because even Walter knew this was embarrassing.
We got some bad news, man. I mean, when I heard that, I was shocked because, I mean, we love YouTube, man.
Yeah.
We love streaming.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like our whole lives are revolved around streaming and like adding value to you know, people online. It's just like it won't be the same, bro.
Yeah.
We heard.
In 2020, guys, as you guys know, I was working for the government, right? I was a special agent of Homeland Security. He worked for, fuck it, Wix, we'll just call it, right? I send me your DMs and say, yo, you saved my life. Yo, you sent me a picture of your credit score. Yo, my girl is making sandwiches now, or whatever it is, right? And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program. I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
And ABBA and Preach, they laughed. Because the reason Fresh and Fit lost monetization wasn't a mystery. It was because Myron wore a makeshift KKK hood, called ABBA and Preach the hard R, made monkey noises, brought Zerka on stream while Sneeko sat there silent and scared. That stream alone was enough to nuke monetization.
They just ended up nuking their own. So, you know, if you're proud of this, congratulations, brother. You played yourself. I don't think there's much to be said. I wouldn't be surprised if the YouTube channel gets deleted.
Now, quick side note, this matters. There was an accusation made against Myron, and H3 believed it, but ABBA and Preach didn't. They investigated, they waited, they reviewed evidence, and when it turned out false, they defended Myron. They could have ended his career, but they didn't. And Fresh and Fit never even said thank you. And that tells you a lot.
Stranded her. How? You could have just left. You could have done at the beginning what you ended up doing at the end, which is just calling an Uber. You chose to get in his car. You chose to go with him and get some food. You chose to then argue with him because you wanted to make a point because whatever, ego, blah, blah, blah. Then you chose to go up to his apartment. At which point were you held against your will? At which point was someone pulling you anywhere? You wanted this. And now you want to sit there and be like, oh my God, these guys are so bad. You know what the problem is with this kind of stuff? Is when you guys use these kind of shady tactics to try to take people down or whatever the fuck it is, it just emboldens them. It emboldens them and emboldens their fan base because, like, look at these people trying to take him down with lies. They must be doing something right. And listen, these are absolutely nonsensical stories that these people are peddling. The fact that H3 is platforming this person and not even questioning any of the lies that they're saying is mad to me. It's crazy. And not only that, they're doing it for financial gain because they hate these guys. They'll just, hey man, you got a story on them? Let's go. You gotta scrutinize this woman. Because what she's saying makes no sense. But anyways, anything you want to say?
Listen, lady, what you're doing right now is a disservice to real victims. That's what you're doing. Yep. And every time they're gonna tell their story, they're gonna say the real shit that happened. People are not gonna take them seriously because they're gonna think about you. Yep. Because you have a platform. It's already hard as a victim to come out and be like, this fucking shit happened to me. And then you pull this shit off.
At some point, it becomes obvious. Myron wishes he was white. He hangs in racist spaces, dunks on black women relentlessly, uses the N-word like a white dude who thinks he's got a pass.
What about the black dating app called Black?
It's funny, I never used that one, bro, but hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that. Man. We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
He talks like Tate, Sneeko, Fuentes, and then gets caught in clubs throwing Nazi salutes.
So I'm gonna keep this on mute because I'm not gonna play the words, but this is to Kanye West's song HH, okay? Hell H, you know, the H man, okay? The little small mustache man. And they played this in the club and they start singing to it, doing the salute to it.
These guys don't learn from criticism. They only learn from loss. And even loss doesn't really mess them up either. And Myron hasn't finished losing yet. Now, let's talk about Myron's very sus backstory. Myron was on the rowing team, which is hilarious because he calls dancing gay, calls tennis gay. But rowing? Men sitting dick to ass, thrusting in unison? That's manly.
How many sports did you play there? What'd you play?
I was a Division I rower over there, which is way harder than tennis.
So tennis is gay, but rowing is manly? Are you fucking kidding?
Then photos surface. No shirts, men laying on his chest, men behind him kissing his neck. And Myron says it's just boys being boys. But Abba dances salsa with a woman, or you're a sodomite. Sure, Myron. Then comes the quote-unquote yacht party. Well, except it wasn't a yacht. It was a ferry. Fans paid $4,000. Women got in free. Food budget looked like it was $80. Finger sandwiches. A used watch giveaway. Women avoided the men, ignored the stream, came only for the drinks and to find out where the bitches be at.
If you're a member of Castle Club for the next few days up until Friday when we finish the show, you're going to be able to get in at only $3,500. However, if you don't and you're not a Castle Club member, it's going to be $39.95. So guys, just get in Castle Club, get the discount.
To be clear, $39.95 is $3,995.
For what?
That's the golden question.
And get in there and meet us at the party. We only got limited tickets. We're going to be having about 120 people there. Obviously, a large amount of that is going to be the ladies. So the guys' tickets are going to be limited significantly because we obviously want to keep a good ratio of male to female. So there's not going to be that many guy tickets, man. So go ahead and get in there if you guys want to meet us on Yacht. We're going to have us over there, probably Sneeko, a couple other influencers. Going to be a good ass time. 100 for Yacht, open bar, food, music. We're going to be giving away a Rolex there as well. We're going to be giving a date away.
One of his old Rolexes? Nice.
No. When Walter says he's going to give you a Rolex, he means he's going to split it with you 50-50.
I see what you did.
Because you saw how he did his girl. How do you think he's going to do his fans? So they're paying $4,000 to go on a yacht party with them. $4,000. Do you know what the calculations are? At 120 people, off one event, if they were to ever sell this, they would make somewhere around $462,000.
That's good.
That's good money, right?
That's good.
That's good money. It only takes 120 suckers. 120 chips.
We don't call them suckers anymore. We call them simps.
Simps.
Yeah.
That's simping. If these guys was
But not simping for a girl, because that's gay. Simping for the boys.
That's just...
Why? Boys being boys.
I'm catching logic. All right. Let's listen to this. I need to see this.
We're gonna have some games and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a good time. You'll be able to network with some people, meet some of the generals. They're gonna be on board. It's gonna be a really good time, guys. June 20th.
The generals are what they call the people who subscribe to Castle Club and pay $35 a month. Because if you're gonna fleece them, at least give them a good title. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel good about the fact that they getting pimped.
Yes. Like you give them a good name, like, you know, bottom bitch.
Yeah.
Then Myron plays Sexy Red, yells, "No women on the dance floor," and calls for men only. Then, men twerking, forming a circle, celebrating each other, and they think that that's straight behavior. ABBA and Preach talk to the women, and they flame the entire event, and then drop the iconic song, Booty Queef. Internet history secured.
Pay thousands of dollars so they can just hang out and just be like, boys being boys.
Yeah.
Booty queef, booty queef, booty queef.
Just boys being boys.
Booty queef, boys. Booty queef,
just boys being boys.
Booty queef, boys. Booty queef,
just boys being boys.
Booty queef, boys. Booty queef,
just boys being boys.
Yeah. You ever seen a grown man's booty queef? Booty queef, booty queef.
I never heard that.
That's a jail anthem. That's a jail anthem.
Come back here.
Booty queef, booty queef, booty queef, booty queef, booty queef,
just boys being boys.
Booty queef, boys. Booty queef,
just boys being boys.
Pause.
At this point, Fresh and Fit are official lolcows. Myron rehashes timelines, tries rewriting history, and is still obsessed with ABBA. ABBA made millions, bought condos, probably funded by Fresh and Fit's rage. If Myron had shut up years ago, this probably would have been over by now. But he can't, because his ego is bruised. So Fresh and Fit joined the same graveyard as Wings and Boogie and every other man who couldn't stop crashing out.
Again!
And until they change, they'll stay there. And that's it. That's Fresh and Fit, kind of in a nutshell. A story about ego, hypocrisy, and how not to handle criticism online. If you made it this far, please like the video, subscribe, and comment. If you want to watch something else, check out my Pearl video, or you can check out my Asmongold video. And I also have 2 videos on Stevie United as well. Now, I don't want to roach out, so I'll just see you in the next one.